Hotheads, it's Joe the Hut from Joebba's Palace. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here's another action figure stream for you. So right now we're going to do a little What's in the Box episode of Late Night Figz. So we have at least 4 figures that we're going to open, probably 5. And we're going to do a little symbiote theme tonight. So we are opening action figures tonight for sure. And I love symbiotes and I love Venom and all that stuff, so it'll be a fun time for everybody. As always, thank you, Avi, for letting us do this before we ship your figures out to you. If anybody's after any figures, we are currently live on Whatnot, so give us a follow on Whatnot and across all social media platforms at Joebba's Palace. We're live right now. We got over 500 action figures available, so just let me know if you guys are after anything specific and if you guys want anything, and we'll definitely hook you guys up. We stream multiple times a week. Or you can just DM me. We have an EBA as well. All that stuff. But what we like to do is we like to give you guys a little bit of extra content on the weekends and fire up some action figure reviews. So we're going to open a couple figures and see how that goes and see what we like. So if anybody has any critiques, this is a new setup for us, so feel free to throw it out there. Let me know lighting. I'm still trying to figure out lighting. It seems a little bright there, but I want people to be able to see the figures. You know, audio, all that stuff. You know, we're trying to figure all that out on the fly. So let me know. We're open to feedback and all that. All right, so I think what we're going to do is I'm going to start with Should I start with the movie Carnage? Yeah, why don't we start with the movie theme? And we'll start with the movie Carnage, because I've been waiting to get a grubby little pause on this one. So, our first symbiote review for tonight will be the movie Carnage. So this is the Woody Harrelson version from Let There Be Carnage. Came out a couple months ago. It's really big, really hulking, really dope figure, so excited to finally be opening this one and checking it out. Let's just zero in some lighting on this. No, not that. I think that's the way to go. Alright. So let's give this a shot and see what we like. So here's the packaging, very big package. And then there's the back, them tongue kissing. There's the side. All that cool stuff. Alright, so let's get this guy open. Take a look at his accessories. Check out his articulation. See how big he is. All that. And this figure is like pretty much sold out everywhere at this point, so it is a little bit harder to get now. So happy we could still have the opportunity to check him out, for sure. I do like this little background they gave us. Like a little, like, stormy weather background there. Interesting. Alright, so we have these bendy wire tentacles, which are huge. Pop those out. There's 3? Yeah, because 2 of them are connected. So 2 of them are like doubles that are connected. You can see that they're connected at the bottom. There they are. So you got like kind of like a stabby hand-like one, a slashy one, another thicker slashy one, and then like more of like a straight, like, piercing hand. And then this one is a classic Carnage. Just awesome, spiky thing, really. Let's get like a zoom on these. There we go, that'll probably make us. There we go, that's nicer. That's a better look at that. And then they're bendy, so Doesn't seem to be bending away from where I just bent it to, so this will be fun when they're on the figure. We'll give that another shot. We don't have any Sonic in stock at the moment. Alright, we'll take a look at extra hands. So we got a couple extra accessories here. So here's a big, like, axe-like piece. Nice detailing on that. They really did a good job with the detailing on this figure. There's a couple Power Ranger figures. I have a War Draken and I have a White Ranger, but we're in the middle of reviewing this figure right now, so I'm going to stick with this for now. And if we want to circle back for any other figures, let me know. But I at least want to get through each figure before we do any other things. We got a couple figures to do. All right, there's the alternate hand, which still learning the focus on this camera, so. Not the best. There you go. There's a nice focus. That's cool. Alright, here's the alternate head. So you can see the side of the head, like it has like the... It's almost like saliva-y, but it's clearly like skin. Little breaks in the skin. You can see the teeth through it, which is really cool. Cool eyes. Yeah, there you go. You can really see that. That's dope. And then we got the tongue. Nice detailing on the tongue. They really went above and beyond on this figure. He's sick. Regardless of if you like the movie or not, this is a sick Carnage figure. Alright, and now we got the actual figure, which he's so tall that I literally have to like move the camera up in order to get him on screen. Here's a better look at the actual figure. Let's sit him down so we get a little extra room here. There's the regular head sculpt on him. I will be swapping it out for the other head sculpt predominantly when we put it on display. But still a cool head sculpt there. And then we can just look at like the torso. Such awesome detailing on the torso. They just did such a good job with the design of this. It looks awesome. We'll go through the articulation in a second. Here's the back. There's the pegs where you would peg in those bendy wire tentacles, of which there are 3 peg holes. Yeah, and they give us 3 bendy wire tentacles. So there you go. So you're not leaving any accessories out except for the head swaps and the arm swaps. Here's the tuchus. Here's the legs. He's just a huge figure. Here's the footsies. Alright, good stuff. Alright, I'm gonna do articulation. He is so tall, and this is the first time I'm using this camera for this, so let's see how we do with this. Okay. So, here's the head, left, right, up. You can look up. Decent look up there. Here's the look down. Very good look down. He literally is only being stopped by like it curves right into this piece. See that? Nice look down. He can really look down at like, which he's mostly going to be looking down at people, which is sick. And then there's the rotation there. Goes all the way around. We'll hit up the shoulders. So here's the shoulders. And this is I like how smooth this is. There's not really like... I mean, I guess you can see some gappage here, but it really serves to help the articulation for sure. It's not like getting in the way at all. See, it can go all the way to this tentacle that's like popping out here. Then on the other side, we can reach all the way to the tentacle that pops out. That's nice. Go, sorry, up and all the way around. He's got this little bicep swivel right here, which is nice. He is pinless, so that's how far up his elbow can go. Really crazy. Like, look, he can like literally like reach behind his own head. Very nice. He has the wrist here, which, you know, just be careful with these wrists. You never know. Don't want to put too much pressure on it. Yeah, I don't want to mess with it too much. I feel like you're not going to mess around with that wrist too much, but it is there if you want to experiment with it. Here's the upper chest piece, which has a nice rotation for you. Can lean forward, so this is me leaning him forward without hitting the lower ab crunch. And then here's the lean back. Very nice lean back there. And then we'll head up the ab crunch, so you can hit up the ab crunch like this. Or like this. So if you put both of those together, look how much you can literally just lean all the way back. You can play the limbo with you. This is a limbo carnage. And then the lean forward, you could literally just get him all the way down where you want him. So like I said, this will be really good for him looking down on people because he's such a tall figure. So with the head and that, he can look like through his own legs, basically. Crazy. Hitting up those legs. Here's your splits. They don't pop up and down, but they do have a nice split there. Here's your kick forward. Kick forward. Here's a kick back. Not too much kick back. He does have like an upper thigh right here. And then for the knees, he does have double jointed knees, so he can kick himself in the ass. And then here's the ankle pivot down here, and then you can go up and down with those left feet. There you go. Yes, that's Carnage right there. Movie Carnage. That's the articulation section. We'll get into some of his accessories now. You know what I want to do? I kind of want to put this up here. See if that works better. Alright, let's get some tentacles on him. So I would think that the upper tentacles should be the doubles, and then we'll have the one little one coming down. I guess it depends on what you want to do. Try it like this. Because I want to have two coming out of like the sides. Needs a little bit of an extra push, but once you get them in there, it seems like they'll be good. This is such a big figure to be, like, trying to do this with, I gotta be honest with you guys. Doing, like, the wide frame version with this. Alright, and let's get some of these just going. I'm going to do some articulating off screen so that we can have a little extra room. I guess that you also need to put some thought into which tentacles you want where when you set them up. There's a good look at him with all of them fairly sprawled out. This does make him a little back heavy, so you have to keep an eye on that for sure. Yeah, you see he just fell back. You definitely want to like lean him forward. He is so hard to keep like on screen. There's a good look at him with all the tentacles sprawled out. Let's do some arm and head swaps. Which this is my preferred head, so we'll go with this one. That looks so sick. That head. Yeah, and I mean, I don't even want either of these hands on here. I'm going to swap all the hands. Much prefer these other hands. You just want them to look like a menacing maniac. This one has to go on this side. There he goes. There's a good look at him. So cool. Really an awesome figure. Well, that's amazing. Alright, cool. So we'll mess around with them more in a little bit, but maybe we should move on to something else. I mean, this is crazy, crazy, crazy. I gotta make sure that I stash one of these for myself because this is an awesome figure. Alright. I'm not even gonna have room for like anybody else with him on screen. Jesus. Alright, let's put him over to the side here. And we'll move on to our next guy. Really cool, really cool. That was fun. Alright, so I guess since we can do a direct comparison now, we can do another Carnage and we'll do the retro Carnage, which is gonna be smaller and a little bit easier to keep on screen. He's like 2/3 of the size of that other figure. Which is awesome. Alright, so here's a good look at this figure in the package. Obviously the awesome retro card. Here's the back. Here's a zoom in on the description if you guys want to screenshot that. And then it just shows like some of the extra accessories and how you put them on and stuff. Good stuff. Love the retro line for sure. Alright, let's get this guy open. See what his deal is. It'll be interesting to know who you guys prefer out of these. There's 2 plates again for the accessories and the figure. Alright, so here is a look at Retro Carnage's accessories. So it has this back plate with some tentacles for you. And then we got that awesome axe. And then the more scythe-like one. Pop these out and we'll get to them. Nice look at the axe there. A little bit of a bend. I wonder if that's intentional right there. Oh no, I'm an idiot. It's a hand, so it's supposed to have that articulation point, so very nice. Here's the other extra hand. This is the scythe. And does still have that articulation point in there. And then here is the back piece for the tentacles. Close up. Alright, now let's get the figure out here. There he is in all his glory. Nice loud cracking sounds for you guys as I take him out. Alright, here's a good look at the face sculpt. Would have been nice if we got an extra head sculpt on this, for sure. Do like a little zoom. Once again, very big mouth. You can see through the mouth. Classic Carnage look right there. The back of the head, you get those black and red. He's just such an awesome design, Carnage. You really can't go wrong with him. We work our way. There's the torso. Got the tentacles popping out and the forearms. Nice to have a pinless version of this guy. There's the tuchus. You got the legs. The legs have some awesome tentacles. So this tentacle comes out of the front of the leg, wraps around to the left side, which is really cool. And then this one just kind of pops from the back and then works its way to the front, but kind of just straight out really. And then there's a look at the feet. Alright, let's get through some articulation and then we'll do some accessory swaps. So for articulation on this Carnage, here's him looking up. We like to push it to the point where it seems like the head's going to pop off and then it doesn't, so there you go. Just a good look at that head. Here's your look down. Still decent range of motion there. Rotate the head. All that. Alright, we'll hit up the shoulder. Shoulder is going to go up a decent amount. It's pretty much 90 degrees, a little bit higher than 90 degrees. He does have a bicep right here. So here's that bicep in action. And then obviously we hit up the elbow already, so he does have... Well, he's a little jelly, so I would definitely be careful. You want to unlock that extra forearm. There we go. But there is it does pop out a lot, so you want to definitely be careful when you're hitting up that joint, because it's a little bendy right there, for sure. Oh, he does have pins. My bad. I didn't realize he does have pins. And then we got the wrist. So here's the wrist. Alright, for the waist, you're just a regular waist joint right there. But it does go down a decent amount. Here's your lean back. Not too much. So can we push that further? No, that's really just one click back. That's what it is. All right, here's your waist. Your legs. He does not have drop down hips. Here's the splits. And then there is your upper thigh. Here's the knees. He does have pins in his knees. He actually has the extra shin right here, which is nice. And then here's the feet. And your ankle pivot right there. All right. So let's get some arm swaps here. We do not have a head swap. Let's pop the back piece on. There's the back piece. Good look at that. That looks from the front. That really increases how menacing he is for sure. Now, I don't know. I mean, I do love these hands for sure. These are really nice. I love how spiky these hands are. They look really good. Especially with the tentacles popping out everywhere. So I don't think that I would necessarily display him with both of these extra accessories, but we will pop both of them on just so you can see them like side by side. You just pop the hands off. So I don't think it matters what side you put these on. Doesn't seem to matter. There we go. There you go, with like one of those. Here's a good look at him with his accessories. Zoom out a scotch so you can see that back accessory. So yeah, that looks badass, right? The axe is awesome. The thing is that when you compare his scythe to the other scythe that this other Carnage has, it is like a little limp, but the axe on this one is probably the star of the show accessory-wise. This axe looks so good. Awesome stuff. Alright, cool. Yeah, I think we'll probably leave him like this for now. I don't know if I would... I might display him like this. Oh, sorry. Might consider keeping them on display like that. Just because that does look dope. Those two next to each other look awesome. Alright, very nice. Now, I would like for them to have done some pinless action on this Carnage. I mean, we definitely should have pieces for him pinless by now. But, it is what it is. I think it still looks awesome. I just think that if they were going to do a retro carded version, that they should have put a little bit more effort in and given us the pinless, but they did probably give us some of the best accessories that he's come with. Or at least some of, you know, like, I definitely think this axe is one of his best accessories for sure. The back piece is nice. Overall cool. No extra head sculpt. Would have been nice to have a... You could have given me a Cletus Cassidy head sculpt, or just give me, like, a tongue out, maybe, or... I mean, actually, he didn't really do the tongue as much. They kind of did that more in the movie, but maybe just, like, a different head sculpt for him. But still an awesome figure, but you can see next to the movie one, I think I'm going to give the movie one the edge in this comparison. Definitely love the classic comic look, but the movie Carnage is really well executed and really awesome. Very cool. Alright, those are your two Carnages. Now we're going to move on to another retro comic figure and do Venom. Here is the retro carded celebrating 85 years Venom. I've been waiting a long time to take a look at this one, so this is going to be fun. Here's a good look at the card. And then here's the back. Alright, let's get him open and see how he looks and mess around with his accessories and all that. Do some comparisons. I will compare him to one of my favorite Venom figures. It is not a... it is not a Marvel Legend. It is a Toy Biz version, but certainly one of my favorites, so that'll be fun. No back plate for Venom, by the way, for accessories, so don't have to worry about that. So here he is with all his accessories. Obviously, the tongue head is awesome. He's got the closed mouth head, and then he's got an extra 2 hands, so we don't have to do too crazy with accessories on this one, but we will take a look nonetheless. But assuming that this is going to be a definitive Venom for us. Alright, there that is. Stood right up, that's nice. Alright, here is the extra head sculpt that we get. Definitely nailed that. That looks really good. The teeth are nice. The gum line is clean. Not seeing too much. There's a little bit of extra paint in the front there, I would say. So maybe you would want to clean that up. But I don't mind seeing red on his teeth. You know, get like a little blood on there or something. So not the end of the world there. The brow has nice detailing as well. Above his eyes. The back. Here's the extra fisted hands. Take a look at those. You can see that they have like some veins on them. Looking good there. Alright, but this figure is not really as much about the accessories as he is about just executing a nice Venom figure through and through, and obviously this tongue head sculpt is the best accessory he comes with for sure. So here he is with the tongue head sculpt. You can see how detailed the tongue is. It's crazy. That's nuts. Look at it coming out of the side of his mouth. That's dope. He's ready to lick you. That's sick. Teeth look decent. They are. He's got kind of a little bit of a Michael Strahan going on there, but you want to see like those individual teeth for sure. So not going to complain about that. All right. So here's the chest, which obviously we want to line up his symbol. Some breaks in paint, like here and here. Nothing too crazy to complain about. Nice big broad chest for sure. Look at you with the big broad shoulders. There's the legs, super muscular legs, crazy. There's the feet. You just made them super muscular. There are some breaks for sure when you like, let's see, we'll get through it when we do articulation. Back looking good, nice and muscular for sure. There's the tuchus. There's the back of the legs, all that. Very nice. All right, the only accessory that we'll probably end up interacting, we'll do a head swap for sure. Actually, let's do the head swap now, and then we'll do the articulation with the other head swap, because it'll probably be easier to articulate him with without the tongue head on. Make sure it's on there. Okay. Okay, here's your articulation segment. So here's your look up. Not too much look up. He's only looking up like a little bit here. Here's your look down. It's okay. The head articulation isn't that great. He has a nice like rotation here for sure. So you could do kind of like a cockeyed one. Your shoulder. Here's your shoulder. He does have very big bald arms near the shoulder. So not going to go up too much. He's pretty much 90 degrees there. Here's your bicep. And obviously you can go up and around with that. And then here's your elbow articulation. So once again, this is not a penless figure. And like I said, he has very big arms, so not going to be able to push that too much, but it does look good. And then here's your wrists. Alright, getting down to the chest. So the chest, the lean back, is not too much. And then if you see what I was going to point out before, he does have a big gap here. In that chest if you do the lean back. And here's the lean forward. So look at it once again, not too much, probably enough for him to be looking down at Spider-Man, and that's really what we're looking for here. And then it does have the gappage here when you do that lean forward. For the lower waist, we actually have to get into this a little bit. Hold on. There we go. Needed to crack it for sure. Alright, so he does have a nice like double crack forward here. So when you put that all together, you can do a nice like bend forward for sure when you put it all together. So it's nice to have that extra articulation point in the upper chest so that it can be more of like him leaning over somebody at like an angle as opposed to just like straight doing like a 90-degree angle and it looking poor. And then here is just the lean back, that one click back, but then like I said, when you add that extra, it ends up working out. Alright, so, but as a result of this, he does not have a waist swivel like at the bottom. His swivel is all up here. So you are going to be breaking up the symbol when you do like a rear back type of move or like a lean forward or something like that. Anytime you're trying to do like a rotation with him, you are going to lose that symbol. Alright, so for the legs, here's your splits. Not too much splits. He does have the upper thigh right here. Here's your knees. They are double jointed knees. But like I said, all of his limbs are very large, so they do get in the way of articulation. And then there's your ankle. So not the most amazing articulation on this guy, but with the bigger figures, you do have to kind of like expect that for sure. Alright, let's get our tongue head sculpt back on here. And maybe I'll give you one of the fists. Ooh, hold on. There we go. Tongue head sculpt back. We'll go with the right fist. There we go. Yeah, this is a nice one. Go with the old Shakespearean hand up, and then gonna punch you in the face. And then he does have very nice detailing. Like we didn't go over it too much yet, but like if you look at like his arm, like the veininess of the extra black like symbiote goop looks really cool. Like on the arms, he has it on both arms. Not as much on the legs. The legs are very plain, but the arms look really nice with that. So I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that throughout the figure, for sure. Like if you see like the carnage that we have here, he has a lot of that like throughout his entire body. Put them next to each other so you can get a better look at that. So if you compare like the bodies here, Venom is very much a straight black figure. And then he has more detailing in the arms, and then Carnage has that patterning all over his body. But still really cool. I don't know, I was thinking that the Venom might end up taking the top spot tonight, but I'm really liking this movie Carnage. I think that he might be the one, for sure. There was your Venom review, for sure. And then we got a Big Bopper next. Will be another Carnage-like thing, but it's really more of a Deadpool than anything else. NECA Predator, I don't have any set up tonight, but if you're looking for anything specific, throw it in the chat or shoot me a DM and let me know. Alright, moving on to our fourth figure of the night. Oh, I totally just didn't even show you guys the box on this. So, here's the Deadpool box. Sorry, I got all excited and wanted to open it. Here's the Venom Pool box that they did for this. Once again, he has a nice, cool background there with the classic Deadpool logo on the front. Here's a picture of your Venom Pool on the back. And then there's another picture of him on the side, just so you know. And then there's that cool background as well. Alright. So we do have just one solid piece here for the packaging. There he is. This is a good look at him. Now, I want to see if we made any improvement on this back sword piece, because I remember that being a pain in the ass with the Build-A-Figure version of this that I had. So I'd like to see if we've made any improvements there. But let's get the accessories out and take a look at those first. such a big figure. I knew I was going to have to do a majority of that off screen, but there he is. Already knocking people over. He's already bullying Venom around. Alright, so first, well, there's a nice shot of him right off the bat, out of the packaging. Let's take a look at some of these accessories. So he has, obviously, the fisted hands on him, and then he has these two grabby hands. So a better look at this is, they're like huge. There's a look. Still has like the veininess there. It has the texturing of the like Deadpool outfit, which is nice. And nice cool claws there. See how big the claws are compared to like the fingers. Here's his swords. His katanas. Nice shininess to these that reflect the light well. For sure. There's the handles. Like how big the like separation piece here is. It's nice. It's good because you know it won't like, it'll give you a good stopping point when you put them in his hands. And then this is what I was talking about. This is the like the sheath that you put on his back. So one of the things with this is just like trying to line it up and get it to stay in place. So I'm hoping that it's a little bit easier to do on this one. Why don't we'll jump right to that just because I am very interested to know. Because it's like, he has this strap on his back here. And I do remember struggling with this in the past. So, obviously the bigger piece is going to go there. So you just want to line it up and push it in. Try to get it to like wrap onto this really. Well, it seems to have caught a little bit easier than it has in the past. And then let's see, is that going to fall off easily? No, it doesn't seem like it. So oh no, it did pop off eventually. Yeah, so you want to line it up so that that piece is there. And just kind of push it like all the way and see like how I'm pushing it all the way in like that. Alright, that doesn't seem as bad. Maybe mine was like a little warped, but we'll see if we have any issues with it as we go through. And then you just slide the swords in, probably the other way. Yeah. So the curve of the blade, you see this piece, would be towards the inner part of the sheath, and then it'll slide in very easily. There you go. So we'll see if that pops off. That'll be a good test for us. Because it's not going to hinder articulation when we do our articulation segment right now. Alright, let's get in here and do some articulation. I thought we were zoomed out. We weren't. He's just huge. Alright, back him up a little bit. Alright, so awesome purple tongue. Oh, let's go through some of the detailing of this guy first. So obviously the face is so cool. This was such a like cool idea for a figure when they were just blowing everything up Deadpool-wise. Really cool teeth. The eyes are awesome with like the staples in them and stuff. That's really cool. The tongue is amazing. I love the purple tongue with like the ridging there and stuff. Yeah, there's like a texture to this, which is really cool. They're just awesome. So they kind of, they did more of like a movie red on this one. The other one had a much lighter, oh no, actually this red is lighter than the other one. The other one has like a darker red. My Venom pool is still on display at my parents' house. Like I don't have it available to do the comparison right now, but yeah, so now let's zoom out. Obviously he's got the huge shoulders. Big chest. He's just a big menacing figure. Here's the sides. Here's the legs. Love all the pouches and everything. Very Liefeld-like stuff going on here. We know that that's how Deadpool rolls. Here's the feet. He's got these cool... I mean, I guess they're chains on the feet. Yeah, he was like chained up or something. Which is cool. And then nice patterning on the shoes. Here's the back. Obviously we went over that you have this strap here that connects these. More pouches. It's And then it's just cool how it has like the little like staple pieces like everywhere. Like it's like he like ripped his outfit and then had to like staple it back together or something. I guess that's what's supposed to be. I didn't actually read any Venompool comics, so I'm just gonna make an assumption on that one. All right. So let's go through some articulation. So he has this big joint here. So that will allow us to slide his head. You kind of have to like shimmy it up. But then that does allow us to... Oh, his head will pop off. There you go. I mean, he is a Build-A-Figure, so sometimes these things just pop off. Let me set him down so you can see the head. So there's like the look up. And then, like I said, you can get him to really look down. He really can like bury his head. He can really bury his head in his own chest here. And then getting over to the shoulders. Once again, giant joint here. So you can pop the shoulder, but it really doesn't go all the way up 90 degrees. You'll see here, and you do want to be careful with these bigger figures when you hit these articulation points. You'll see here that you can get some rubbage when you like really jam that in there. So you don't want to go too crazy with that. All right, and then obviously you can move his arms up and down. He does have a bicep swivel, which is nice. And he does have a double jointed arm. It's not, sorry, not double jointed. It's just a big solid, and it clicks like multiple times. That's what I mean about the double joint. So it's just a big solid piece. But it does allow you to get like a nice, like you can pretty much make a muscle and all that, which is nice. Then you can rotate the hand here. And then it is a little difficult to get to this articulation point because he does have this piece here. So not too much on the wrists. I believe it is there though. Alright, so as you can see by the way that we were able to bend him over, you do have this waist cut. It does click down once. So once again, we're going to combine that with the fact that he has a nice range of motion looking down, and that'll help us to look down on people. And then here's your click back, which it's really more of just like a single click back. Yeah, the good thing here, though, is that not a ton of gappage going on here. It really does fill that piece there. So it doesn't look awkward at all when you do that like lean back type thing. But that's really kind of more of the... You want to make sure that you have enough weight distribution on this guy, so it's nice that you have like a little bit of an extra motion there. Alright, his waist is here, so he does have this waist cut here, so there's the waist cut right there. Get the arms out of the way so we move the legs. Here's a split for him. Here's your upper thigh, what's very nice about this upper thigh is the way that they did this pouch here. It does not hinder it at all. You literally can spin this all the way around. The pouch is not getting in the way there. This pouch is like fused in here. It doesn't move at all. So that was a nice move there. For the knees, and obviously we do have pins all over this. This is a re-release of a Build-A-Figure, so he does have double jointed knees, which is nice. There's a better look at that. And then here's the feet. I will say that the articulation on this figure is very smooth. It is easy to articulate, which is nice on a big figure like this. You don't want it to be too easy, but there's like a lot of ratcheting going on here, so it should help you like not lose your poses, which is good. All right, let's go the opposite here. So the only accessories we have are the swords, which I'll give you a dual sword pose for sure, right off the bat, and I'll show you one of the other hands after this. So, you can see how we put the sword in there. It's a little tight. There we go. But once you get it past that point, you can get it. And then maybe if we spin it this way, it might be better. Oh, I mean, I guess depending on which way. No, I guess that's fine. You could hold it like that. I'll get the other one over here. There, I always like to do. Oh, pop the arm off. Oh, this will actually give us an opportunity to show you the fact that he does have an articulation point on this wrist. So if you wanted to remove his shackles, you could access this articulation point again now. So that's a good idea. Right there. So then there you can. So if you remove the shackle, you can get to that articulation point. I will say articulating this does force the hand to pop off, so it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. So I wouldn't do too much with that, but at least it allows you to reposition the shackle the way you want, or if you want to take them off and do more posing with the wrists, you can. There he is, and if you get him like crossed up, his feet do not want to stay. Hold on. This is what I was talking about. We want to make sure that we can get him in a point where he's not gonna lose his weight distribution. And that all is going to come down to the feet as well. Make sure that the feet lock into place. Get his head where you want it. And there you go. Back you up a little bit. There's a good look at him. Here's your venom pool. Let me get at least one of those other hands on him, just so you guys can see him with the hands. Now my other one that I had, I put a bazooka in his hand, which was really cool. And then we can go with like reaching for another sword, I guess, type pose. Oh, I already told you guys how to do this and I already forgot. Like that. And maybe have him like reaching for it. There you go, there's a good way to show that off. So that other hand looks like on there. Alright, good stuff. So, good re-release. I mean, I do like the new colorway they did with him. Good stuff, for sure. And we'll do a nice size comparison at the end here. Welcome back. Sith, I had no idea that you guys couldn't hear audio. I had the mic. I'm doing like dual setups for OBS so I can record on one, even though I forgot to start recording for the first two figures, which is annoying, and then stream on the other. But we got it all mixed up. I mean, it does look good now, though, right? Like, it seems to look really good on PC, I'll tell you that much. And it has the sound. Is there a hum? No. Okay, yeah. So if I'm just using just the Sony camera, everything is much better quality. It's when you try to mix multiple things, that's when things get complicated. So maybe I'll just ditch the MB7 mic and just do it like this from now on. Alright, cool. So those were 4 out of the 5 symbiotes that we're going to do. And then we have one more symbiote that we need. Somebody asked for something. Hold on. Yeet Force, if you are still here, which Wolverine were you asking about? I have the movie one. Actually, I have 2 versions of movie ones. I have one in the wife beater and I have one in the this one as well. So let me know if you're here. I assume you left. I was in the middle of doing stuff. So, all right, let's get this Flash Thompson going. The good thing about doing all these symbiotes together is it gives you the opportunity to do a nice, easy comparison at the end. Alright, definitely got to clear a little bit of room here. This Carnage takes up so much room. It's ridiculous. All right, here is our Agent Venom Flash Thompson unboxing. This is a brand new figure that just came out, so happy to have it nice and early for you guys. You guys to take a look at and make an educated purchasing decision for yourself. So there's a good look at him in the package. Let me give you a little zoom in, fix your lighting a little bit. There we go. And then I'll show you the back of the package as well. Oh, the cartridge wanted to fall forward. A lot going on over here. A lot going on this desk right now. Alright, and then you get a nice look at some of the other figures in the wave, which we have everybody in stock except for Electro and Kane right now. So if anybody's after any of the figures from this wave, let me know. And there's a good look at the back of the packaging for you. Alright, let's get this guy open and take a look at him. Alright, let's look at him in his tray. So he's got 3 sets of hands, 2 guns, and 2 head sculpts. Let's get the accessories out. So he's got these 2 fisted hands here. I'll show you one of them. We'll go look at one of the fisted hands. Pretty simple. And then he has a couple of these grabbing hands. Hold on. Yeah, some more grabby hands. Really more like clawed hands, to be honest, because he has nice sharp claws there. I'll show you the guns. Here is his little handgun. Let's look at the handgun. Okay detailing. I like the grip for sure. That's cool. And then here is his rifle. Cool basic rifle. Nothing crazy. I will say this guy does not have tentacles. The previous release did have tentacles. Here's your Agent Venom head sculpt. Agent Venom head sculpts. Sorry, let me put on this. It's a very simple design for this one. I do like the eyes. And then get the figure out here. This is a great re-release for anybody that missed out on them, because the original one was a Walgreens exclusive, and then they did a fan channel version that was like the Poison version, so it was like white symbiote. But this one is a welcome new release, really. I mean, because it is very differently designed. Here's a nice look at the Flash Thompson head sculpt for you. Nice detailed head sculpt. I think the likeness is really good. The head is. He's got that bowl cut for sure, but it looks nice. Nice solid piece there. Here's the back. So pretty nice head sculpt, I would say. Obviously we're going to pop it off and use the other one. I wouldn't display it like this, but yeah. There's the chest. The symbol looks really nice on this one. The shoulder pads are dope. That's such a nice touch to do the shoulder pads like that, like the spiky shoulder pads for sure. He has nice texturing, like padding on the biceps, which is cool. There's the belt, extra pouches all around. He does have the spikes on the forearms as well. More padding on like the sides of the leg, which is cool. He does have a holster for his handgun here. There's the knees have like cool like texturing here too. And then more spikes on the shins. And he's got pretty cool like boots looking here. Here's the back. Once again, symbol looks dope. There's the culo. Overall, a very, very cool looking figure for sure. All right, let's mess around with some. Well, first we'll do the head swap. We know we're gonna use this head. He does not have a peg hole in the back for anybody that's thinking that they want to put the old tentacles on him. So that's one thing to shout out for sure. There's how he looks with the other head on. Looking good for sure. Yeah, he's got the two gun ones. So I guess what we would do is, well, let's do the articulation and then we'll mess around with the accessories. Nice detailing on this one for sure. Here's your look up. So, okay, nothing too crazy there. Here's your look down. It is gonna get hindered. Is it getting hindered by that? Not too much look down. It's not touching this piece here, but I don't know. I guess he's just got like a long chin or whatever, so not too much of a look down. But he's not the tallest figure, so I wouldn't worry too much about the look down. We'll hit up the shoulders. So, oh, I love when they do this. So this shoulder piece is fused into, if you can see that, it's fused like in there, but it can slide out of the way, so it slides like all the way up here. So that means that I can get this articulation pretty high up there. Like I'm above 90 degrees, and that's where you want to be. You want to be able to go above 90 degrees. This one, I mean, this is the one that we're reviewing. This is one that somebody already bought. The one that we have in stock, we would do for like 50 online. So I have a sealed one if you want it for 50. Obviously he's got upper bicep there. Here's the, ooh, very nice. You see how that just jacked right into place? There's the very nice, double articulated elbow there. That was nice. No forearm, and then he has like the shooty grip on this side, and then let's see, is it different on this side? No, he has shooter grips on both sides. I would assume that, no, the other one's the same. Oh, we do have three, so. When you have the fisted hand, you can do the like outer articulation. Alright, let's get to the chest. So chest, pretty nice lean back going on there for sure. And the gappage, not too bad. I mean, if you lean it this way, you can see it, but what if you lean it forward? He's fully articulated back, and the symbol isn't even really broken up. So they did a good job with that for sure. Here's your lean forward. And then there's a look at the back. So once again, did a good job with that. Very nice. This is a nice figure. This might win tonight. Once again, he does not have a waist swivel, right? Yeah, there's no waist swivel. So all of our swiveling is going to be up top here again. So this is the same thing that we pointed out with Venom. So you can't do as much of a side pose without breaking up that symbol. So just so you guys know that. Yeah, because there's no articulation there. Alright, so get to the splits. Okay, splits. Good enough. Upper thigh is here. Once again, good job of making this upper thigh not clash with his pouches and stuff. Doesn't really get in the way. When you get to like this point when you're going around, sometimes it catches, but nothing too crazy going on there. Here's your knees, which let's see how easily these pop over. Look at that. Look at that. That is awesome articulation right there. The fact that you can pop that leg all the way back and kick himself in the ass. Sometimes I say that and they can't exactly do it. This one literally can do it. There is nothing on the shin. And then there's the feet. This piece here doesn't really get too much in the way of doing that articulation, I don't think. It's not pushing it back as much. Maybe a little bit when you go forward, but it does have a nice like bend to it that it's not getting in the way too much. And then there's your rotation there. So very nice. This is a well put together figure. My only gripe will probably be that lower waist articulation not being there, because I don't really want to break up my thing, because there's definitely not a rotation piece here, right? I'm not just missing this. No, it's not there. So if I missed it, you know, correct me in the comments, but I don't feel like breaking somebody else's figure. All right, so let's get some guns in his hands, right? That's what we're all about here. So what I'll do here is let me holster his handgun. And then give me like a classic military pose. So what I want is I want my trigger finger, and then I think I want let the other one hold it, I guess, or maybe like a slashing. Let's go with this one. This one. So I feel like this one is going to serve two purposes. It can be like a claw out if you want it to, and then also like a hold gun. I also want to see how well we can get this rifle to look on him, because a lot of the times with the guys with the guns, it's hard to make it look like they're not just like awkwardly holding it out toward their body. And it wasn't. That could just be me not being amazing at the articulation, but I want to see how well we can really like get him like aiming. So if I pop this out and up and try to go over, in, like that, like you gotta be able to get it like out of this. Give me this. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And then let's get him like actually in like a standing aiming pose. That's nice. That might be one of the best. I mean, GIJoes can do it too, but that might be one of the best aims that I've seen in a Marvel Legend. Because look, see how it's not like awkwardly. It looks like he's actually aiming the gun. At least to me, it is. You like right there? A lot of the times when you do that, it looks like, oh, I'm kind of just like holding a gun for the first time in my life. This looks like he's actually aiming that. No loose heads. We mostly do sealed stuff. We're just opening some figures for review tonight. But yeah, very nice. I like the way that came out. Alright, good stuff. So that's I think that's our review roundup for tonight. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that we could open. It's not too late. It's only 1:40. I mean, Avi has some other stuff, but I kind of wanted to do like a themed category of symbiotes. But we can get through some comparisons now between these guys, and then I'll rank them. How's that? Alright, Agent Venom, very nice. Alright, so let's do some nice comparisons here. We'll try to line them up in like in a nice way so you guys can see like the heights a little bit better. This is awesome, a little symbiote army. I love this Agent Venom. He came out really good. Alright, so here is Carnage next to the Retro Carnage directly, who is the shortest figure. Oh, no, actually, Agent Venom is... They're kind of the same size. There's those two next to each other. And then you get these two. The Venoms next to each other. Like that. Obviously, these guys are all going to scale very well together. There's the Venom next to the Venom pool. And the Agent Venom to the side. So here's just kind of like a wider view of how these guys look next to each other. They obviously look awesome together. Like, that's such a cool group of figures right there. So there you go. There's your size comparison. You know, not the most effort into a size comparison there, but you can see that the movie Venom is towering over everybody. The Venom pool, obviously, as a Build-A-Figure, is going to be bigger. Agent Venom and Carnage are very much the same size, and then the Venom, usually taller than most figures, is like the medium figure in this one. There you go with those. Alright, I think it's time to rank them. So if you guys have any thoughts in the chat of what your ranking of these figures would be, for sure, let me know. But, okay, let's see, what do we want to do last? Okay, so since it's just a straight re-release, I'm gonna put Venom Pool at the bottom. The only thing that we really did here differently, well, obviously, nice for people to have the opportunity to buy him at a decent price, for sure, rather than have to track down the Build-A-Figure pieces, because that wave was from a few years ago, so, you know. But, yeah, I'm gonna put him last because he's really just a paint change. They could have thrown in I don't think that they made any actual changes to him. So that's really the biggest reason that I'm not gonna rank him higher. And then I would say second to last. I would put the comic Carnage in fourth place. I did not realize that neither of these retro figures were pinless. I thought that they did like updated articulation and that they were pinless and stuff. So that's kind of a drag, because we have gotten a number of Carnage releases. So it would have been nice to either give us the updated articulation, give us a Cletus Cassidy head sculpt, or just another head sculpt. He's a gorgeous figure, though. You know, by no means am I complaining about any of these figures. I think they're all awesome. Awesome characters. I just think if you want him on card, it's a good option to have him on the retro card. I don't know if he's necessarily that much better than a lot of the other Carnages we've gotten. Honestly, the articulation that we saw on like the Cult of Carnage was amazing when it came out. The fact that you could do like the straight jacket pose, like all that stuff. And I don't think that we've like improved as much as we should have in this figure. This is all about accessories. This is about packaging, and this is about accessories. Having the axe is awesome. Having the scythe is awesome. The back plate is cool. So that was nice that you can like add and remove that, because I don't think that you could do that in the past. So that was really cool. And then I would say in third place, which this is very surprising to me, because I wouldn't have expected this. In third place, I'm going to put the Retro Venom. For a lot of the same reasons that I was talking about with Carnage. Once again, did not realize that he was not pinless. I also think that the fact that his body and legs not having that extra sculpted detail that he has just on those forearms, like they only did that extra sculpted detail on the forearms that we talked about earlier, which you can see it a little bit like here. I think that they should have done that a little bit more throughout the figure. But at the end of the day, this is an awesome Venom. You know, you can't really complain too much. And the head sculpt is amazing. This is really all about, do you want this awesome tongued head sculpt? That's the selling point, or do you want like a retro carded Carnage? There's a lot of the same regions that I was talking about with Carnage on Venom. All right, so this is going to come down to these last two. Oh boy. Okay, I think the reason that I'm going to put Agent Venom second is the fact that he doesn't have the waist swivel. I've been talking about with the Venom, both Venoms, the fact that they have their prominent symbol on the chest, and the fact that if you do that articulation point, you do break up the symbol. If he had more of like a waist articulation, you wouldn't break it up as much. Like here, I was able to do a nice pose where he is like kind of like angled sideways, and you didn't have to break up the pose. You can still see it. But if you wanted to do like more of a sideways one, you would have to access that upper chest cut more, and it would cause you to like break up that symbol, which we don't want to do. But I am blown away by this figure. I think that we'll take another look at this head sculpt. This head sculpt is awesome. If you want the Flash Thompson head sculpt, or you could use it as like a civilian head sculpt if you wanted to. Yeah, so my only gripes would be that, and I mean, I'm guessing that they just didn't want to do the tentacles on this one. It's nice that if they were, I don't know, it's kind of like a catch-22, because the fact that the older one came with the tentacles means that you would have been able to peg these tentacles in if you put a break in the back. They didn't put the break in the back, which makes the back of the figure look better, but it would be nice if you could like still use that piece if you wanted to. So, because obviously the character did have tentacles, so it is what it is. But those are really the only gripes I have. I think that the articulation on this is the best articulation of the night, for sure. The legs really popped, the arms really popped. We really saw how that worked. I would just maybe upgrade the accessories a little bit. But we got two head sculpts, two awesome head sculpts. They gave us guns, like all that stuff. I think, and the spikes on the shoulders, the forearms, and the legs, all just look amazing. Like, just really cool figure. He's awesome. So he's second place, but that by no means he's a bad figure. I think he's awesome. But we've been waiting a long time to take a look at this movie Carnage, and this freaking thing is amazing. The accessories are sick. The fact that they're giving these bendy wire tentacles are awesome. Obviously, we need to spend a little bit more time with them to like really take advantage of them. But he's so tall. He has such good articulation. He has such great accessories. He looks menacing. Just look at like this hand right here, the way that this hand like curls up. He's got the awesome tongue, which we would really only get in the movie version of the character. Awesome stuff. So I can't say enough good things. I've been waiting a long time to open this figure, and I've been thinking about it for a long time. And I'm definitely going to get a personal one of these, because this is a sick Carnage figure. You could maybe say that you don't like the paint as much, especially if you're putting him right next to this this comic Carnage, but that's what he looked like in the movie. So there it is. So I think that they nailed this. This is the best thing to come out of the movie, is this figure. Let's be honest. Yeah, so there you go. So there's your review roundup. We did a nice symbiote night for everybody, which is sick. I appreciate that. Avi, you still here? Let's see if we can sneak another figure in. We never decided, which these are all your figures, by the way, so congratulations. We just did an awesome review of all of them. The archive will be on YouTube, so you can check them out, but you'll have the figures like next week, so no big deal. I did want to ask, we do have the Symbiote Spider-Man that we did mildly discuss. If you did want it, I could work it into this set of reviews, and we could throw them into the pile here. But that's up to you. If you're not in, you want to do that? Okay, cool. So I'll grab. All right. So bonus figure, since we just figured it out with Avi. He wants a symbiote Spider-Man, so we're gonna work that into the reviews, and then we'll rank him accordingly. So let me grab the symbiote Spider-Man for him. All right. So continuing Symbiote Night, Symbiote Saturday at Joebba's Palace. We are going to do a Secret Wars Symbiote Spider-Man review. So here's a good look at the packaging. There's the lenticular shield there, which we'll get into. Here's the back of the packaging, which is really cool. It shows you how you do the lenticular shields and all that. There's a good look at his write-up. Classic art right there, which I might cut that piece of art out. All right, let's get this open and take a look at him. And then that's good because that'll give us a Spider-Man size figures to compare these guys to. Okay, so right off, let's take a look at him in the tray. There he is in the tray. And then there's the Peter Parker turning into the symbiote on the lenticular shield. So this piece is like a cardboard piece here. So this is the piece that I'm going to be very careful taking out. And then we got the shield, and then we got all the other accessories. So let's do the lenticular shield first. I'm going to be very careful here. Hold on. Okay, it did come right out. So no problem there. Alright, let's get after this shield first. Alright, so show you that you can open it. Alright, so basically this is a shield. It's like the Captain America shield where you can pin it on his arm or you can peg it in somewhere. There is a break in this piece right here, so you just pop it right open like that. And you can switch in the Secret Wars piece, but I mean, we're not even going to bother doing that. There's the Secret Wars piece, which I'm wondering if you can you store this in here? I mean, you could. Let's see. I mean, I think that if you just get it pegged in the right way, and you wanted to just store this extra piece in here. Yeah, it goes flush there. So it pops out like a little bit, but I don't think you're damaging anything by doing that. So there you go. So that's where I'm going to store that. And then there's a nice look at the lenticular action there. Switching between Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Classic moment in Spider-Man lore. And just Marvel lore in general. I like the webbing in the background too. Very cool. Look at when his ears pop in. That's funny. So there's a look at the lenticular shield that you get with all of your Secret Wars figures. Alright, and then we have three sets of hands and an extra head sculpt. So let's see how definitive we can get with a symbiote Spider-Man on this one. Now, I did not open and review a Carnage 2-pack, so I'm not sure how to compare those, but that is what it is. There's Pete right there. Get through some of the accessories first. Alright, so here's a couple of the hands. So we got the thwipping hand here. And we got the wall crawling hand there. And they got the white there. I don't know if I would use the thwipping hand on this one, because when I think about it, I think about him, which I don't know if it was this way in the comic, using the like shoot his webs like this in the animated show. So I don't know if I would necessarily do thwipping with this one, but I'm pretty sure that's the way they did it. Alright, let's take a look at some of the detailing on the figure, and then we'll get into the articulation. So here's this. Oh, we got the other head sculpt for two. Okay, let's do the other head sculpt. Where is it? There it is. Alright, so you have two head sculpts here. We'll compare them together. So he's got the big wide eyes, and then he's got the more like clenched looking eyes, which is cool. I definitely like the mad eyes too, which is a good one. You could also probably just pop these on this this Flash Thompson over here if you wanted to. That might look okay. Let's put it right on there. There you go. You have to look at like next to the Flash Thompson if you want to do that head swap. Obviously, saying it looks like the Renew Your Vows Spidey. Alright, here's a closer look at that main head sculpt. Not really too much breaking the paint going on here. I like the... It's not really glossy, but it is a nice shiny white on the face. There's your symbol. And then it really is just an all straight black figure, which is fine because that's how he's supposed to look. So not like a crazy amount of detailing going on here. You want it to be a nice, clean, black suit looking look. I don't need like distractions on this figure. Totally fine with me. All right, let's get into some articulation. All right, here's your look up. Wow. Best look up of the night. For sure. Look how far up he looks. That's cool. You're really going to be able to do some nice wall crawling with that. Here's your look down. So decent look down. You can see there's a little bit of a... like... paint. It's not a paint mist. It's more like a it's almost like a marbleization on the head. But it's on the side of that, so no big deal. Yeah, because he's really got, like... Hold on, let's pop this off. Like, look at that. That's very nice. And the fact that his head is not that big lets you access all of that, which is great. First figure tonight with butterfly joints, by the way. Oh, hold on, wait, he didn't have them, did he? No, he didn't have them. Yeah, this is the first figure of the night. Very surprising. We usually have butterfly joints all over the place. First figure of the night with butterfly joints, which is standard on Spider-Man, but this is the first Spider-Man tonight. So, let's do the shoulders first. So pretty much 90-degree shoulders here. A little bit less than 90 degree. I guess we are kind of hitting that piece. I just don't like to push it too much when it's not my figure. Here's the elbow. Nice double jointed elbow. Very similar to the Flash Thompson we saw. Obviously we got the wrists here. Nothing too crazy. And then we have the very nice, always love a nice butterfly going on there. See that extra piece there that's dug into the chest? That's what a butterfly joint is. Alright, so decent arms. Here's the upper, once again, an upper articulation point. There's your rotation there. Here's your lean back. Hold on, let's not get that other piece in there. Here's your lean back, so not too much going on there. Here's your lean forward right there. And then we'll get the other piece involved. So this is just that piece with the lean back and then a little bit extra. So that ends up looking good. And then here's your lean forward full with everything working. But like I said, rotation, nice rotation. Once again, we're breaking up the symbol again. When they make the decision to not do a waist cut here, that is when you lose that piece. We've been talking about it all night. So it's something to think about. Here's your splits. Upper thigh. Here's your knee. Not as good as Flash Thompson. I think Flash Thompson had better articulation overall here. But still good enough, like I said. when we say, oh, you can kick yourself in the ass, I usually would say, oh, yeah, you can kick yourself in the ass. The flashed option actually could. There is still a break here where you can. He has the shins, and he's got the nice articulation down here as well. Alright, so, what should we do with Spidey here? I like a little... Well, we gotta do the classic. Can we get to a nice... You know the drill Spider-Man pose? Where we clap the legs together. Maybe we need to push forward a little bit, then get there. Like that. Okay, not insane. I was saying if I want to do the wall crawling with this one, I feel like I would want to do more of like a this type. Hold on, let me get it there. Because I always thought when he's in the black suit, he's wall crawling like this. Like he shoots the web like that. Right? So I feel like that's how I do a wall crawling pose with him. Obviously we have the thwipping hands, so we can just do a traditional thwip if we want. I'll give you one of those. I want to do some crawling poses though. So here's like a little thwip for you. I would like to get us into a crawling pose though and see how that looks though, because I think that I really am interested in how that look up was unlocking a really nice crawl pose for us. Can we get him like on the ground, looking up, doing what he needs to do? So like give me like that, and then give me one here. Give me a look up all the way, sprawl this out. Just this way. So like so if you had them on a wall, let's get down here. See, that looks nice. The fact that you can get, that's what I said. That's probably my favorite piece of articulation on this figure. The fact that you can actually make it look like he's crawling because of how much he can look up. That's really nice. And the way he like blends in there too, I mean it's very... There's a lot of light going on here, but that's cool. The way he blends in with the black of the desk. So you can totally get him in a nice crawling pose for sure. That's probably what I would go with for him. Maybe push him up a little bit more so that you're getting a little bit more of that. Push this hand up just so we can get like not as off the ground type thing. Slide him in there. Oh god, and knock everybody over at the same time. So what do you guys think? So much tongue action tonight. I know. That's why Symbiote Spider-Man sprawled out on the ground. Hold on, Jesus Christ. Alright, everybody want to stay? Alright. That is probably a little bit better. And you can imagine putting him on like a wall like this. That's a way to actually... Yeah, I like that. I like that for him. We can actually go over the first two figures again because I was not recording. So, if we want to do that, we can. But overall, I do like this Spider-Man, and I think that, you know, it's just... I know I'm really harping on this fact. I think that the fact that you can get him in a crawling pose is just a key thing right there. Alright, I think that that'll be it for this guy. Other than that, I mean, he is similar to a lot of the other Spider-Man releases that we've gotten. Very cool stuff. Let's take another look. Oh, let me do the... Let's do the rank on this again. Where do I want to put him? So our ranks previously were Venompool was last, and then 5th was the Carnage, 3rd was the Venom, 2nd was the Agent Venom, and 1st was the movie Carnage. So where would we put this Spider-Man? He has a lot of great accessories. They nailed the look. I guess the question would be, how much did we... Oh, we never did anything with the lenticular shield either, so we should do something with that too. Hold on. Let's get the lenticular shield in here and see how much we like that. I mean, it's such a gimmick, but it is what it is. Let's go with this one. Give me a whipping hand on the other hand. Does anybody else agree with me that you would do the fisted pose for his web slinging on the black suit Spider-Man? Or am I out of my mind? Fisting is comic accurate. Okay, so it is in the comic as well. All right, there he is. Get his feet moving. There we go. All right, so there he is with the lenticular shield. Here's a better look at that. There you go. All right. There's your key accessory for him. And obviously just all the hands. All the hands. Oh, you know what? We also never did. I'm like way moving ahead of myself here. We never did the other head sculpt on his head. Which is all the way back here now. Yeah. Yeah. So let's give him this head sculpt. Alright. There's a look at him with the other head sculpt on him, which I do like it. It is cool looking, just a little bit of variation there. And then maybe you, well, I mean, I don't think we need to do the head swab, right? I mean, you can kind of imagine what it would look like on the Flash Thompson. Alright, so if we were to rank here, does anybody else have any ranks they want to throw in the chat between these 6 figures? I'm wondering if I like him more than the Venom or not. He is pinless, he does have better articulation. He can do the crawling. Do I like the Venom more or not? That's the question. I'm thinking it's between 3rd and 4th place on this one. Yeah, for sure. The movie, which I'm gonna redo that because I didn't have it recorded. So, I think. It's so tough. I think the accessories are better. This is between Black Suit Spider-Man and the Venom for 3rd versus 4th place for me. That Venom head sculpt is really like the best part about it. It's amazing. I think I'm going to give it to the Black Suit Spidey just because there are certain things with the Venom that I don't understand. is they didn't give us enough accessories, first of all. And the fact that they did the detailing on the arms and nowhere else is a little annoying. It's just like, all right, what are you doing? So I'm going to say our list for tonight will be, in 6th place is the Venom Pool. In 5th place is the Carnage, the comic Carnage. In 4th place is the comic, Venom, which I would not have expected when we started this review. In 3rd place, I'm going to give it to the Secret Wars Symbiote Spider-Man. 2nd place is still going to be the Agent Venom. And then in 1st place will be the movie Carnage. There you go. Alright, and then for the sake of having better quality video overall, we're going to just take a nice look at this movie Carnage again. Which it is a pain in the ass to do, because he's so big, but it is what it is. We'll do the 2 Carnages again. Or whatever. We'll just take a quick look at them. There we go. Alright, right now we're going to take a closer look at the comic Carnage and movie Carnage side by side. And I'll roll through some of the accessories and all that stuff as well. Just wanted to spend a little bit more time with these 2 figures. So first we'll do the comic Carnage, because he's smaller and a little bit easier to deal with. Hold on. So here's the comic Carnage. Face sculpt is cool. This is the only face sculpt we get with this figure, but it does look good. A lot of cool detailing on the body for sure. This is like textured in and sculpted in, all of the ridging going on here. This back piece does come off. So if you wanted to display it without it, you could. But there, they just pop it right back on. I mean, it doesn't get in the way of any articulation, so I don't see why you would take it off, but that's fine. He also has, in the package, when he comes out of the package, he does have these 2 hands, which are really nice hands. I really like these clawed hands for sure. So I would not sleep on these at all. I would probably choose one of these more deluxe accessories and then mix them with those. Here's a better look at the axe, which is my favorite accessory that came with this figure. Here's a closer look at it. Really nice detailing, nice ridging going on here. Really dope stuff. And then this is the scythe on the other side. So it's a huge scythe, this is probably the biggest scythe that we've gotten on a comic Carnage. Now we'll see the movie version in a second, and that one's gigantic, but that's really cool. And then just another look at the face and all that, and the body, and everything. I will say that this is still pinned, so this is not a pinless figure. So it's a lot of the same articulation that you were getting in the previous version of this figure. So nothing crazy new, but I just think that the design aesthetic and the accessories are really, really nice and upgraded here. He's got the cool tentacles on the forearms. There, better look at that. And then on the leg, I really like this one on this side because it comes out on all the way down here. And then really wraps around up here. And then there's another one that just pops out on the side over there. So, I mean, overall, I do really like this figure. I think that it would be nice to get an updated, like, pinless version. But I think at the end of the day, I mean, his pins blend in so much that it's probably not even that needed as much on this figure. It's just, I would like to access a little bit more articulation. I will point out the fact that he does have butterfly joints as well, which I think we missed on the first pass of this one. So that enables you to really get like a crazy chopping motion, like all that stuff. So if you really wanted to get crazy with his poses, you could. So it's a really cool figure overall. If you don't have a Carnage, I would definitely recommend picking it up. If you do have one, I would really try to weigh if the upgrade is worth it to you. But still, very cool Carnage overall. He's just such an awesome looking character. You really can't go wrong grabbing another Carnage. No big deal. Alright, and now we're going to take a look at the movie Carnage out of the package. So he's really big, so bear with me as far as keeping him on screen and knocking things over and all that stuff. So he's a huge figure. So let's see, can we zoom out at all? We can't zoom out. Alright, that's fine. So let me just reorient myself here. Okay, so here's a good look at the head sculpt, which I was noting on this head sculpt. It's really cool that they have this like jawline here where it like has like the see-through pieces that you can like really see like the teeth through and stuff, which is awesome. He's got the awesome tongue going on here. There's a better look at that. Cool tongue. Oh. Pop the head back on. There we go. Yeah, so overall the head looks really good. And there's a little bit more of a look at the tongue and some of the detailing on there. Really cool. It does look like a real tongue, which is awesome. Alright. Here's the chest. He's just so tall. He's so tall. And then like the main features on this are the accessories, right? So we'll go down here first. So he's got the extra tentacles popping out of here and all that stuff. He has very thin lower legs. So a little bit concerning as far as getting him in a pose where he's not going to like tip backward, because these end up being very heavy, but you can probably get them to the point where they're going to be more of like a support structure for him. Like if you wanted to maybe use like this leg as a support structure, you could. But let's take a better look at some of these accessories. So here is one of the bendy wire ones, which they actually do have an articulation point at the top here. So you can spin these if you want them. And then they obviously have the bendy wireness to them, so you can like really get them in a spot. They do tend to pop back, but I think you just need to like really ratchet them in there, or maybe like warm them up or something to get them to the point where they're really going to stay. You have this really cool scythe one. You get this, just, I don't even know what we call this freaking thing. It's just like an awesome, this is just an awesome one. And then he's got more like the splayed out one, which I was saying this would be a good like maybe support one if you want to like have this one be like on the ground and supporting him from not falling backward or something like that. You could do that. Sorry, bear with me. He's so big that he tends to just screw the focus up a lot more than the other ones. Yeah, and then there's the other one, the other scythe one, which is very similar to the other one. It might be the same. Might be like slightly different. So then these come in like 3 different options. So there's 2 dual options and then 1 single option. So you can kind of decide where you want to put these. I think if you want to do like 4 tentacles up top, you would do the other ones. I was thinking more like have 2 coming out the top, couple coming out the sides, and then more coming out the bottom. So it's like more like balanced with the tentacles. Yeah. And then we'll go over the hands too. So for the hands, it comes with, oh, and he has an extra head as well. So here's the other head. Here's the other head. Now, obviously we're going to go with the tongue head, but it's nice to have an extra head there if you wanted to. And then he does have these big clawed hands, which are cool clawed hands, which I'm wondering, you might be able to just pop these on the comic one, because scale doesn't matter as much with Carnage's accessories, to be honest. Yeah, my two favorite accessories. Well, I mean, obviously the tentacles are the best accessories, but I really love these accessories as well. This is probably my favorite hand right here. The fact that it has the awesome dagger coming out, but you're still getting those awesome claws are really cool. And then you got this just giant chopping wood axe thing going on here. This is a sick one. That's amazing. Yeah, so they did, I mean, this was the figure of the night. We just reviewed a bunch of figures, and this is by far the best one. Well, maybe not by far. The Agent Venom, it was tough to decide between this and the Agent Venom, but he is an amazing figure for sure. So there's a nice comparison between those two Carnages if you're deciding to go through movie or comic versions, all that stuff. So really cool figures tonight. Alright, I think that's going to do it for the review portion of our evening. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Appreciate you guys. I think we did a good job of ranking these. I'm happy with my rankings. Put these guys back together again. Let me know what you guys think about the figures in general, if you like the rankings that we came up with, if you guys agree, if you have like other recommendations for people and all that. But yeah, really cool. Also, let me know what you think about like the setup right now. I'm definitely gonna fix it so that you can't see as much of OBS in the background eventually. But we had like a big variety of tall figures with giant accessories and tentacles sticking out here, so it's the first time us doing this in this aspect ratio, so yeah. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. That's your figure review roundup for the night. So if anybody's after anything, we have a ton of figures available. I'm going to stay online for you for a little bit, but I'll be breaking out these videos on YouTube and all the other social media sites for sure. We'll put some videos up on TikTok for you guys, and if you guys are after anything, let me know. Otherwise, give us a follow at joebbaspalace everywhere, and have a good night. All right, thanks guys. Have a good one. Peace out. All right, I'm not signing off yet, but I did want to do like an actual capper to that video. So if anybody has any requests for anything, I'll point you guys back at some inventory. We do have another Venom pool. For the figures we just reviewed, we do have another Venom pool in stock. We're sold out on the Venoms. I have a movie Venom if anybody needs that. I do have more Agent Venoms if anybody needs Agent Venoms. We have more Secret Wars Black Suit Spider-Man in stock if anybody wants one of those. Right there. I have the Captain America, we got Chameleon, we got the Spider-Man Unlimited, we got the Spider-Boy, all that stuff. So if you guys are after any of that stuff, please shout it out, throw it in the chat. Otherwise, hope everybody